You know what? I just think people need to just understand that this isn't a joke, you know? Like, people act like it's like buying a new pair of trainers.
Not our fabulous.
Miss Our Fabulous.
Up until last year, Renee was an ambassador for a company called
Renee,
Clinic Hub Limited. Clinic Hub advertised cosmetic surgery package deals and pay influencers like Renee to mention them and effectively promote them in social media posts. I first came across the company after seeing one of Renee's posts on Instagram. At that time,
I just want to say, like, I feel like sometimes social media influencers underestimate their influence. I feel like once you do put yourself out there, you do have some sort of responsibility to make sure, like, okay, there's people watching me now. Someone can see it, someone's Instagram post, and be like, oh, maybe I need to do that.
It's a title, yeah, but people are actually influenced. And the thing is, in the contract, you know, it's a bit of a scam because they're like, oh yeah, promote it, and then 2 years down the line, you got a lump in your thigh, but you've already influenced people for a whole year now.
It's not even just like getting a like the same item of clothing or shoes. This is like
Actual work.
this is actual surgery.
How would you take it if a company approached you and was like, oh, you come get your body done? Like, isn't that a bit of a vibe?
Yeah, it is. Like, you're telling me that I need my body done. Do you know what I mean? Instagram is a marketing platform. It's used for promotional value.
Yeah.
Cool. But it should not be your direct source for something like any type of medical procedure. Any type of medical procedure, whether it's even getting your teeth whitened, if anything, Google.
Do you think surgery is becoming more accepted? It is, but it shouldn't be. We as a society have to also hold ourselves accountable because we're guilty of it. Like, I will see a woman post on the Instagram and she'll be like, where's the best place to get your lips done? And there'll be an influx of comments telling you where, and there's not really anyone saying to her, you don't need to get work done. And I think that's the problem with society. Like, we don't empower each other enough to be comfortable with who we are.
Clinic Hub had many pictures of young black women on their Instagram feed. Considering that cosmetic surgery is still somewhat of a taboo in the black community, I wondered why a Turkish company was directly targeting this demographic. But
I think it's kind of why loads of companies do it, isn't it? It's like, get the black coin. Do you know what I mean?
Because obviously
We have
it's
such
cheaper.
a high. We also have so much influence on like, we're literally the blueprint for so many things. I think it's quite ironic as well that they use the black women who have the bodies that they're trying to create. This is where they got the idea from, but they're using us to sell it.
I've been investigating Clinic Hub after speaking to several women who say their experiences were very different to what they saw being promoted online. Some of them have been left with serious injuries and complications.
This is a difficult part of cosmetic surgeries because no one actually talks about the complications and the difficulties. It's always like, oh, I look great now, but then it's what is the day-to-day living. I've got a friend who's got breast implants and her implants actually rotate, so she has to like somehow like fix it. And she said it gets painful, so it's like it looks great, but then there's a lot of complications that we don't ever mention.
You know what? I just think people need to just understand that this isn't a joke, you know? Like, people act like it's like buying a new pair of trainers.
Because people think it's just the surgery in itself and you just have to get through the surgery.
The aftermath.
Do you know what? I'm a bit stunned right now because the fact that she's pointed out that a lot of the women were black women, if you link that back to the fact that mortality rates, for example, are higher in black women here than they are in white women, it kind of makes me wonder if the reason that they've targeted that demographic is also because of what they said. Because black women are being portrayed with a certain body shape, but also whether because they just kind of have this ignorance towards the health of black women as a whole.
Even like going abroad to get surgery, like somewhere like Turkey, where I know the regulations in healthcare will be so different. Because people go to Turkey because it's cheaper, but it's like paying the extra is probably better than...
I went to meet a young woman we call Monica, who took the decision to have breast reduction surgery 6 months ago.
Like they were doing a lot of black girls, and I feel like it just made me trust the doctor that, okay, he works on a lot of black women, so I can go there.
I think it's quite interesting because a lot of these companies, they use it to big up the business, essentially. Say, oh my God, you need to come here. So when you have women that look like you telling you that, oh my God, this is the most amazing experience, this is the most amazing clinic, I had a good time. So you have someone that could be your sister, your auntie telling you that, you know what, yeah, this place appeals to me as a black woman, but then they've paid them to say that. So that's where we have a bit of confusion.
So at which point did you start to realise that something was wrong?
There was bleeding around the nipple. It's like my nipple was coming apart from the areola. And I think that same day I saw another doctor. And he was just like, oh no, it's normal, it's fine, it's fine.
Now, I'm not a doctor, but I know if I saw that, that's clearly not a normal thing to happen. You have aftercare, they take care of you afterwards, but this seems like, okay, let me make you want to get this, let me do it, and then go.
As a woman, you need your whole boob to breastfeed. Do you know what I mean? That's now not only impacted your life, but like impacted
future children and stuff,
and I don't have a single issue with plastic surgery. I don't think there's anything wrong with it if someone wants to.
I mean, if you're an adult, do what you want, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have the money to do it, go right ahead. But I'm assuming if you've given it thought, you should know better than just to fly to Turkey because it's cheap.
Just kept telling me it's fine. My doctor, Dr. Doe, then came, and that's when he told me that, okay, so you've lost your nipple, you've got nipple necrosis.
Once you've given your money and you've done your surgery, you're neglected.
She lost her nipple.
Clinic Hub for a Brazilian butt lift, also known as a BBL.
I wanted a bigger bum and I wanted no back rolls. I've reached out to the clinic. They reached out to me before I left and they was like to me, oh, we didn't know that you was an influencer. We didn't know that you was a YouTuber.
What do you think of the kind of scene that we're in now where there's such a demand for those type of BBL bodies, especially when we see them in industry, we see them in music, everyone is getting BBLs.
If your timeline, most of the people you're following, everyone literally does have a BBL, you almost kind of feel like
everyone has
but
they really
BBL.
don't, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
On top of that, the gym is free. Yeah, you might pay your membership here and there, but it's still cheaper than a whole BBL.
It's still cheaper.
Because with a BBL, you're going to sleep, you're going to wake up. Wherever padding they've given you on your hip, that's your life.
The money that you spent on surgery, like if you actually spent this money going to the gym, getting a therapist and actually talking about these things, like you would have a much better outcome, because you can develop body dysmorphia, and this is why a lot of women that get something done, they then get obsessed with it because you don't no longer see what you look like, and then you're constantly chasing perfection. If you're going because you don't feel right or you don't feel secure, so you know what it feels like to be an insecure female, so you remember back to being that 14-year-old girl going online and looking at these models and comparing yourself to them. Why are you then going to influence that and promote that?
Remember I sent you this article of the doctor who was saying that a BBL was one of the most dangerous surgeries out there.
It's more dangerous than heart surgery.
I can't say I'm against all cosmetic procedures because it's the way the world is turning. Do you know what I mean? The same thing I'm going to be insulting is also the same thing that
you might jump on.
Do you know what I mean? I will not jump on BBL. The whole transferring, I think you're just...
After that situation, I said I would never in my life, because it's crazy.
If a cosmetic surgery like a company feels comfortable to message me, best believe I'm going smoke on them. Like, how dare you feel that you have a right to come and tell me, invade me in my space, telling me I'm not good enough, because that's what I get from you, for you telling me, I will give you this for free.
They didn't allow me to pay for anything.
Initially, Renee didn't tell her 300,000 followers about her commercial relationship with Clinic Hub, which is against the advertisement.
See, that alone made me see the situation differently, because now it's a deception.
Influencers should be very clear, like paid adverts or whatever, you should be clear with that.
She was just like anyone else going into it where it could go wrong. I'll give her that bit. The bit about not telling people that it's an advertisement, I feel like it's dishonest, and I feel like it's also very dangerous, especially because of the level that it's on. For example, you get asked to shout out something small. You're not going to shout it out if you don't actually like it, but like this is actual surgery.
Like, for example, I had a company recently reach out to me and they wanted to send me acne skincare cream, and I was like, why would you send that to me? Like, I have clear skin. Now I'm gonna post it on my story and make it seem like that's what I've been using and why I've got clear skin, and people with actual acne are gonna go and buy it, being like, yeah, I'm gonna have kind of. No, you're not.
You have so much people following you, taking you in. These people are basically giving their time, energy, money to you, and you said, you know what, just carry on walking there and there's a fire right there. But you're gonna benefit from it because you're getting, you know what I'm trying to say? Now that it went left, are we supposed to feel sympathy for you?
That's why you have to put ad. Because whenever I put ad in anything, I want
Yeah,
people to
to
know
know.
that I actually didn't really care about this, but I am getting a bag from it, you know? But there's some things that I'm like, yeah, guys, this drink is really amazing. But once you see ad, I want you to know they approached me. It wasn't me.
If you've gone and had plastic surgery, but then you want to go and make money off of promo for gym wear or all these different things like a tummy tea, whatever you said, all of those things, fine, as long as you have disclosed and said, I have got plastic surgery. Because if you haven't, you're going to have people believing that all they have to do is drink this tea, drink some protein shake, eat a certain way, and they're going to have your body, which in reality is physically impossible.
She should have made clear that the videos were paid promotions, but because she didn't, her followers thought they were watching unbiased reviews. After experiencing complications following several corrective surgeries, Renee turned away from Clinic Hub.
My relationship with them ended because I started to realise you don't care about anybody but your own brand.
And what would you say to the women who were influenced into getting surgery because of your videos?
I want to send a massive apology.
Oh, I don't know. She was like, you don't care about anybody but your brand. When you weren't telling your followers about the paid promotion, in a sense, you're kind of misleading them information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it can be viewed differently if someone sees something of someone promoting a product that they think, oh my God, they actually are happy with that.
You don't care about anybody but your own brand.
And that's not what she done.
That's a strong statement, you know.
But the thing is that not what she's done?
Okay. 'Cause
Let's
where
flip
was the
it.
ad?
When I was 18, I really wanted to get my boobs done. The surgeon actually looked at me and he just was like, no, like, there's nothing wrong with your boobs. Like, what are the reasons? And I just was like, oh, I just want bigger boobs. And he was actually like, no, like, I'm sorry, like, you're too young and I don't think you should. And I feel like when they're like that and they actually care, then you can tell. But when it's brands and businesses like this,
But these brands do know who to target.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As much as she's done some wrong, I do feel like she is still a victim in this
definitely.
situation, because it's like she wasn't to know either. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it comes
But
from them.
yeah, the misinformation bit, I think
And I
that's the
think they
problem.
knew what they were doing as well. They did it to other people.
They always
always
know
do.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time, as much as I get the whole idea of like people who have a platform should be telling their followers and being transparent and stuff, I also feel like as someone who's consuming media, there's also a sense of responsibility on you to understand what it is you're consuming and break it down. Like if I go and watch a film, I know this film isn't real.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like people nowadays want to blame everyone else, but like sometimes have some common sense.
I feel like that comes with an age limit, for example. If we're talking, for example, kids that are younger,
Yeah, that's
you
the
can't
thing. Yeah, I
read
get
it. And
you.
if you're growing up on that, then it means your whole perception of
Yeah, it's
reality
not
versus...
fair.
I do think, though, a large part of the responsibility lies on the actual social media companies themselves. And they do an absolutely Facebook and Instagram rubbish job at regulating content or making sure Photoshop has been around for editing your pictures on Photoshop, airbrushing, all these different things have been around for years.
I actually wanted to get a BBL like when I was like 20, and I was in a group in the Dominican Republic, and we were all going to the same doctor, but something in me was telling me that don't go to this doctor. It just wasn't sitting right with me, so I booked the ticket and everything because I was feeling body. I had saved the money, 4K cash. One of the girls was in my group. She had a mummy makeover, which is like a breast lift, tummy tuck, and BBL. And then I got a phone call the next morning that she had died. This is real life
But the thing is, it's a lesson learned. She knows I'm gonna take my audience more seriously. I want to take it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that situation's because I feel bad for her. Like no one should go through.
I'm glad she's alive though. That's great.
Amen.
God is great.
I want to send a massive apology to every single girl that has sat down and watched my video and took it upon themselves to go all the way to Istanbul based on my video.
Every day I just tell myself I regret the surgery so much. Every single day about felt.
But do you see that though? That girl was crying.
The only thing that I find a bit off, if someone has really gone to go and get surgery because you said you got your surgery done there and then their surgery then goes wrong, not only am I suing the doctor, you too have to sue.
Have you ever felt pressure to get cosmetic surgery? Yeah, definitely. It's hard to have to go gym and train yourself. It's easier to just get surgery So yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, shall I just do it?
Money is there, but I want to shake the room with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pop smoke.
You know, shake the room. You know what I mean? I want to You obviously see how certain girls get certain attention with Mandem and all of that stuff. You're thinking, oh, my body ain't really like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? But I'm learning to love myself.
I don't think I ever actually have felt pressured into cosmetic surgery, just because being raised in a Jamaican household, we're always told, you know, you're beautiful, how you are, your skin, your hair, your features. I mean, obviously when I was younger, like people, when you go around like elder people, they used to assume that I didn't eat because I was just a bit slim. They used to say I was mager, which I was just I was just 9. But apart from that, not really. When I was 16, I used to look at Brazilian. I didn't know it as BBLs. They were Brazilian butt lifts. I would watch it on YouTube. It's because I had a big belly, so I just thought, oh, just put it in my bum. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because I have a small chest, my stomach would come out more, and it would just be like pregnancy. And I went to a school where pregnancy at a young age was quite dominant. So sometimes I'd be busting out my uniform and like, what, are you pregnant? No, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, but no, seriously, I did. I was on YouTube and I was like, oh, it was only £1,000 back then. I feel like back in the day, women were a lot more reserved in saying what they had done and what they hadn't done. Now it's like, oh yeah, let me show you my doctor. You know, like, I feel like it has become...
I think people are still having their doctors though.
Okay, maybe not the doctors, but you can't tell me that your breasts were that high naturally, be honest.
These are the same features that we used to be laughed at as kids, or even in history. Like,
that is so mad.
And can you imagine now they're brainwashing us to go back and trying to over-exaggerate?
How did that happen?
Bro, I'm seeing it live on, I'm thinking, wow, as kids in primary school, what? To be cussed having a bottom lip, what? They'll insult you differently.
Yeah, 100.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or when a girl has a big bum, oh, fatty bum bum. Now, look what our girls are doing.
Literally, everything becomes a trend. Like, when I was younger, it was about being size 0 with, like, literally fake tits or just being stick thin. Like, that's what it was. And I just think now, it's really nice to see that it's like this body positive thing, but then now it's not, because people are getting surgeries.
It's a system that never really loved us in the first place in order for us to hate us. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's mad. It makes me feel sad.
Then surgery starts to get normalized and it's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to have some surgery. Okay, I'm on my way. But let me pop into the shops. Like, it becomes like a very normal and standard thing. It should be something that's quite thought out. It's something that it should be planned.
Hey, I'm Mimi.
And I'm Facing the News. And if you like this episode,
like,
comment, and subscribe. No, that was 2 in sync. What's going on? I like this.
Yeah, innit?